The idea we still allow semi-automatic weapons to be purchased is sick. It's just sick. It has no social redeeming value. Zero, none.
The exploiter-in-chief is at it again. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms, your NRA certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And let's talk about this. Now, as you have probably heard, there was a shooting at a Walmart in Chesapeake, Virginia. And we don't have any information. We know who the shooter is because the shooter apparently took his own life. We know who the shooter is, but we don't have any information as to motive or any kind of background on what has happened there. But that doesn't stop Biden from going out and exploiting the tragedy, once again, for no other reason than his agenda. Now, you saw a little bit of the video. I want to play the whole thing again because I want you to get the context here, what he's talking about. Well, let's go ahead and watch that.
The idea we still allow semi-automatic weapons to be purchased is sick. It's just sick. It has no social redeeming value. Zero, none. I'm going to try.
What will you try and do?
I'm going to try to get rid of assault weapons.
During the lame duck?
I mean, do it whenever I got to make that assessment as I get in and start counting the votes.
Heard that? You saw that. Notice he's not disseminating between so-called assault rifles and other firearms. He lets you know up front. He wants to ban semi-automatic firearms. Why does anyone need a semi-automatic firearm in our society? Is beyond. You heard him say it. And I'm going to tell you again that this has nothing to do with safety. Nothing. I'm going to bring that up later. But I want to jump over here. This is a statement from the president on the shooting in Chesapeake. You know, here we go. Once again, virtue signaling and gaslighting. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, one of the most cherished holidays that brings us together as Americans and families. Just remember, the Democrats are the first ones to sit up here and tell you that you're celebrating Native casualties or Native American casualties by celebrating Thanksgiving. But he's letting you know this is where we all come together as Americans. Yeah, whatever, dude. When we hug our loved ones and count our blessings. And because of yet another horrific and senseless act of violence, there are now even more tables across the country that will have empty seats this Thanksgiving. There are now more families who know the worst kind of loss and pain imaginable. Jill and I grieve for those families, for the Chesapeake community, and for the Commonwealth of Virginia, which has suffered a terrible shooting at the University of Virginia this month. We also mourn for all those across America who have lost loved ones to these tragic shootings that we must come together as a nation to stand against. Keep in mind, listen to his language here. Loved ones to these tragic shootings. I want you to keep that in mind. This year, I signed the most significant gun reform in a generation, but that is not nearly enough. We must take greater action. Yeah, the greatest gun regulation or gun reform in a generation, yet crime increases. Crime is still increasing. Wasn't that great, B? But we are grateful to first responders, who Democrats should be, police. Remember the whole defund the police movement? But who mobilized to assist victims, and I've directed federal officials to provide any support and systems needed to the people of Chesapeake. Fine, great. Gaslighting, virtue signaling, crap. Why did I say, pay attention to this line, who have lost loved ones to these tragic shootings? Remember, on the same day, I did a video about this. On the same day as the Virginia shooting, it was on a Sunday, 4 people were stabbed to death by one person in Utah. They were University of Idaho students who were stabbed to death by one person. One person killed all 4. Notice he has not said one word about them. He even goes as far as he does in this press release to talk about shooting victims, because any other kind of victim does not count. They don't count in his world. This is not about nobody's safety. This is about him and his agenda. I'm trying to keep my control, because it just amazes me how disgusting he is. Murder is murder, death is death. It doesn't matter how it was done or who did it or why they did it. It should all be treated the same. But apparently you have to be shot, and in most cases by a specific weapon, to get this fool's attention and to get him to come out and speak for you. Because anybody else, they don't care. But he's letting you know up front what he wants. And during the lame duck session of Congress, they're going to push for an assault weapons ban. As you heard him say there, they're going to have a kind of a tricky time pushing it through. But they're going to try to go for a pure agenda for the next 2 weeks before Congress goes, they go on holiday, and then the Republicans basically have the majority going into the next session. So get on the phone, call your senators, call your House members. Those of us in Connecticut, unfortunately, have a real obstacle because, as I've said before, Connecticut is pathetically Democrat. But you, basically, red states that have Democrats, what they call red state Democrats, get on the phone to these people and let them know, that this kind of exploitation is not going to fly. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.